So take what you need and move along. And pretty little gypsy, you're on fire. I'm sorry that you miss me.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another beautiful episode of the Cavemen Media Podcast. Welcome into the poker room once again, joined by my man Connor Gray, little brother.
How's it going, guys?
And the other man, Jordan Lease. How's it going, guys?
Oh, I can't complain. Tomorrow's the big Friday.
Big Friday, best day of the week.
Mm-hmm. That is not false.
Not false.
Saturday's pretty good though.
Oh, Saturday's
pretty good.
Saturday's the best day
for the boys.
Saturdays are for the boys.
I gotta say, Fridays are my favorite day. Actually,
because you're off work.
You know what? No, I'm gonna change that. Thursdays are the best day of the week.
Thursday,
because that's my Friday. It's the end of the week, end of the work week.
I hate you.
We do the podcast. I stay up late editing. It's the only day of the week I stay up late, besides sometimes Fridays. It's just great.
Yeah, my favorite day is just whatever day I'm off. I don't have a set schedule or anything like that. So, but it's a big episode today.
Yeah,
big episode today.
Second interview ever on the.
We'll have our second guest on the show. You guys will hear that interview later in the show, so stay tuned.
At the end of the show,
it'll be at the end. It'll
be
a
good interview, I think.
A good sit down we had with our man Ellis Igo.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, he's a music star. He's a TV star. I'm not gonna give too much away, but we got deep.
It's also great that he's an Ohio State fan. We got some Ohio State talking there.
Big Ohio State fan.
Big Buckeye fan, yeah.
Big Ohio State fan. One of the biggest that I know, for sure.
Right on.
But let's get into it. Let's dive right into the bracket contest.
Start with March Madness.
We're down to the final four now.
What a week that was, man. What a week that was.
I'm not going to lie. After Sunday, I just went ahead, deleted the March Madness app, deleted my tournament bracket, and took an L.
Yeah.
I'll try again
This past weekend's games were solid.
Start off, Kentucky, they suck. North Carolina.
Before that, Carolina got blown out.
They suck. They got murdered.
Duke escaped the Sweet 16 to get to the Elite Eight to then lose by 1 point to Michigan State.
Hold on, before we move on, I want to give a shout out to Trey real quick. I heard a lot from him, before Carolina exited the tournament, and I haven't heard much from him after.
Trey went MIA. What happened to him?
And then Kentucky, they suck.
You know what? I had that coming because Friday night, it was the Friday Carolina lost, right?
It was Friday. I was at the Moose, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tagged him in an Auburn gif, haha, let's go. And then Chad looked at me and went you probably just bit yourself in the ass.
Yep. Yeah, and then the very next, 2 days later, Kentucky falls, and I obviously at you on Twitter to let you know, like you didn't already know, but
yeah.
I was watching that game with my grandpa, and we're about halfway through, and I was like, man, I hate Kentucky. He looks at me, he says, you hate Kentucky? And I was like, oh no, he's a Kentucky fan. He was like, I hate Kentucky. Yeah. I was like, let's go.
Yeah, he hates Kentucky. He hates Duke. I can't say the teams that he likes. And
I told him I wanted Duke to win just because I picked them to win, and he didn't like that one.
He's like, give me that high five.
Yeah.
So real quick, our top three in the bracket contest. We've got the biggest boss, David Summerlin, and Yerp. So, biggest boss has Michigan State. David Summerlin has Michigan State, so I feel like it's going to come down to those two because Europe has Duke.
Duke, yeah.
So if you're one of those three, unfortunately, I don't know any of those three. But if you're one of those three left remaining and your bracket's still hanging at the top, DM us on Twitter because come Monday you're going to be a winner.
Yep.
And that's a winner of a $50 gift card to Amazon.
We'll announce that on Twitter. Monday night or Tuesday
Monday night,
morning?
As soon as the game's over.
Probably Tuesday.
Okay. We'll announce it. DM us on Twitter. We'll get your information and we'll get you that gift card.
If you don't have Twitter, hopefully you got Instagram or something. Because
get a hold of us some way.
AOL Messenger.
Best of luck to you. I think Michigan State does end up winning it though.
I think so too.
It's Big Ten's year. They haven't done it in since 2000.
Yeah, I trust Tom Izzo over these other coaches that are left. You've got Michigan State, Texas Tech. I think Michigan State runs away.
I wouldn't mind seeing Texas Tech win. This is their first Final Four.
Same as Auburn.
I'll pass. Passing on Texas Tech. Right. Then you got Virginia and Auburn. I think Virginia wins. Michigan State, Virginia makes for a good championship game.
I agree.
Talk about a comeback for Virginia from last year being out in the first round, first number one seed
Number
to fall.
one overall seed lost, yes, to the 16th seed UMBC, and now they're in the Final Four.
Now they're the only number 1 seed in the Final Four.
Correct. Just think about.
Thank you.
Think about the.
Good job, Connor.
I'm proud of you. So
knew.
just think about it though. You've got Michigan State. That's a blue blood school.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got Texas Tech and Auburn. Just think, you could have had Duke, Gonzaga, and then you could have had Virginia against Carolina or Kentucky. Just think about the ratings, the difference.
Yeah, it would have been through the roof.
Would have
Especially
been,
with Zion.
Especially with Zion. I hate Duke, but I wanted to watch Zion.
Do you like Zion?
I hope he plays for the Cavs next year.
Someone told me at work like Tuesday that Zion was considering going back to school. I'm like,
There's
better
no,
not.
There's no
Better not.
way
that would
he
be
goes
the
back to school.
dumbest decision by any human being ever.
All he has to do is just say, I declare for the draft, and he'll be like a millionaire in like,
He's
what,
the
3
number 1
months?
pick no matter what.
Yeah,
No doubt.
Him and John Morant 1 and 2. But I hope Zion ends up with the Cavs next year. I don't know how possible it is because they're right now like the second
lottery
worst
team?
team.
Are they?
They're the
Yeah.
second worst team. So
With what, the Knicks?
obviously with the lottery you could still get the number 1 pick, but likely he could end up with the Knicks, like you said.
And that's what the fun about the NBA draft is. Like, you never really know who's going to get number 1 until the
I
lottery.
don't like that. It's the same way with the NHL, and I do not like it.
For the NHL, I don't like it. Like,
The NHL does the lottery?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I don't like it. Because, it's just rewarding teams that aren't the worst. Like in the NFL, the worst team, they get the number 1 pick, like the
Right.
Browns last, how many other years.
Yep.
yeah, but
Now
it
look at
also
us.
keeps it from like a certain team from like wanting to tank because
Yeah, it tries,
that's true.
tries
That's
to
true.
limit tanking.
right.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
Because like if you tank and
Especially
you
in
keep
the-
getting number 1 pick, then that's just
Yeah,
unfair.
especially in the NBA,
Cleveland.
one player can make a huge difference.
Oh, I
in
mean,
the
they're-
NFL, not so much. I mean, sometimes, but
There's good players in the draft. Don't get me wrong. Duke's gonna have 4 players go in the first round. That's ridiculous.
For real.
And then you got John Morant, but none of them are Zion. The name Zion, the brand Zion's gonna be, the fans that are gonna come to the games just to see Zion, whether he's on a good Knicks team or a bad Knicks team, probably a bad Knicks team for a while.
probably.
But they sell out either way. It's New York.
The Zion's shoes. Ooh.
But just just to think about
I wanna
the
ask you
difference
guys
between
about this.
Zion and the next guy.
How do you feel about NCAA players, NFL, NBA, whatever, not being paid? Do you think they should be paid?
I think
what do
they should be paid.
you think so? You think they should be paid like a salary?
So
or,
I'm not saying, okay, here's my thing. Maybe not get paid from the NCAA, but they should be able to go down the street to the local car dealership and shoot a commercial for some side money, Literally right now, they can't do anything.
Yeah.
NCAA is making so much money off Zion.
Yeah, exactly.
he gets nothing.
That's what I don't like about it. The NCAA is making so much money off of these players, and they're going out there, putting their careers on the line, risk of injury, whatever, and potentially making no money, and they're making millions off of it.
Yep.
It's insane.
I don't get it. Yes, they get a scholarship, but most of the really good ones that are making the money,
pays for their school, which they don't go to.
that's what I'm saying. Most of the ones that are good, they don't go to school.
Hell no, they don't go to school.
They don't go to school. They go to 2 or 3 classes just to say they went so they can play.
Me too, but I don't
Yeah,
play,
but you don't have millions on
I
the
don't play
line, Connor.
basketball.
Right.
But yes, I think they should be paid. I think they should at least be able to do side jobs, commercials,
I
TV
think they should be able
commercials,
to do-
and stuff like
They
that.
should receive
endorsements.
something
Or
just for,
endorsements
having
with like
their-
Nike and stuff like that.
Right. Go
They
ahead.
should have something for like just for being on ESPN and for being like on Sports Center, all the talk shows. They should receive at least some payment for all that,
Right.
for
I
their
agree.
name at least.
Absolutely. Moving on though. Big news. Big news with the AAF. Sad news. Sad news.
Big news,
with
but
the
honestly,
AAF.
but a lot of people didn't even hear about it.
Yes, big news. But most people don't even know what the AAF is. So
Right.
if you don't know what the AAF is, you can fast forward a couple minutes if you want. But we'll educate you. We'll let you know what happened with the AAF. They were a football league. Keyword were.
Yes,
They were
a football
the
league.
Alliance of America Football. Mm-hmm. They had 8 teams. Mm-hmm. All 8 teams were scheduled to play 10 regular season games, and then the top 4 teams would play in a elimination tournament.
Yep.
And now they're done.
And now it's nothing.
They folded. They suspended operations. They haven't officially folded, but they're done.
Well, I think the funniest thing about that is that they didn't even pay for the players' flights home.
Yep.
They had to pay for their own flight home.
Do you know how much money?
That's a joke, dude.
So, do you know how much money they lost from the beginning to now? Lost.
Probably
They
like
did, so
50
obviously
mil.
they obviously they didn't make any money.
Yeah, obviously. There's nobody watching.
Net loss of $70 million just
down the drain.
lost.
That is just bad.
Crazy.
It's a joke, man.
How
This
did
is
they
what I
lose that
don't
much
get
money?
though. Like, don't get me wrong, I didn't watch that much. But I was into it.
I watched a little bit.
I watched some.
I paid attention.
Like Johnny played. I watched that. His
Hell
2
yeah,
games.
I watched that.
I watched a few of the Birmingham games. I watched all of the games the first week.
See, I watched like the first 3 weeks, and then I kind of fell off. I still paid attention, you know.
Yeah, I followed
to
every week.
who won and stuff. But at the same time, I love football. People out there who are just casual football fans, they probably don't even know what the hell is going on.
Yes.
And they just started that at such a bad time. I think I said it last week. They started, you know, during basketball season. You got NHL going on.
The heart of their season is March Madness.
Yeah, March Madness. That's huge. Obviously, people are going to watch that over.
Here's my
Amateur
main thing,
football.
though. The games were on CBS. They were on NFL Network. They were on CBS Sports Network. Like, that's a big time.
network,
The
yeah.
NFL games are on that. The Final Four is on there this weekend. AAF was supposed to be on this weekend leading into the Final Four. Now CBS has to fill.
What week did they get to? What was it?
Seven games. They played seven games.
Games.
So they had 3 regular season games left and the playoffs.
They're saying that the Apollos are the unofficial champions.
Yeah, Orlando,
Just because
they only had 1 loss.
Yeah, just
6
because they had
1
the
or
best
7 1 or
best
something
stats.
like that. Yeah.
I would say let's see the trophy.
I don't think Memphis would have made the playoffs anyway, so I don't really care.
I heard on the radio like a lot of the players were saying just how much of a mess it was. The practices were a mess. The pre-games were a mess. The locker room, like just the facilities was just a mess.
Which
Like,
is
it was-
crazy.
They
'cause
did not prepare
they
for
put
this.
a lot of planning into it. And the production quality of it was top tier. It was up
They
there
had
with the
NFL
NFL.
players. Bill Polian. I got a quote from Bill Polian for you guys right here. This is from him. There are no more football employees left. So if it's going to reconstitute, it's going to have to reconstitute from scratch. Meaning all the higher-ups, everybody's gone. Done. They gave up. They're lost $70 million. Done.
I'll probably be done after losing
So,
70 mil too.
Yeah.
So what is that? How does
go
that make you
home.
guys feel about the XFL's future?
Not looking too good. They are literally going to have to make it a crossover of the WWE and the NFL. If it's just another like football league like the AAF, nobody is going to watch. But if they're out there playing football and hitting RKO's on people, I will tune in every single week.
You got a good point. That is quality television. I'd point it. Go ahead.
I'm not.
I think the XFL can hang in there. You know, Vince McMahon, he did it before. He failed. He knows what it's like. He's got the experience from the WWE. He's
got the money for
brand. He's also got the money. And I think he just looks at this AAF thing and goes, we can make this work.
So I have 2 reasons I think that the XFL is going to work.
Going to work.
Yes, going to work.
Where are these football players going to come from?
Listen. So
I'll play.
I worry about the XFL because of how fast the AAF folded. But here's 2 reasons why I think the XFL is going to work, and you tell me what you think. Vince McMahon has planned out and put the money aside for the teams for 3 years, 3 seasons. So he's already planned out and approved and set aside money for 3 seasons to play out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Here's the other big, huge difference to me between the XFL and the AAF. The XFL is going to play in cities that already have NFL teams. Big cities, Dallas, LA, I think Tampa. Big cities that already have NFL teams, that are already football cities. The AAF played in Birmingham, Memphis.
Where is Birmingham?
It's in Alabama.
That probably why they failed right there.
That's just my opinion. I think the XFL does better, one, because Vince McMahon. But here's another big difference. Vince McMahon owns all 8 teams. He's the owner. So
He owns the league, owns all the teams.
So in the
he
NFL,
owns everything.
each team has their own owner.
Yeah.
He owns all of them. 8 teams owns them. So it'll be interesting.
We'll see.
That'll be interesting.
A lot of the rules are similar with the XFL. We still have a long way to wait for the XFL.
I just don't know because it's still going to be, amateur football.
Yeah, no matter what you want, you can call it professional football.
Yeah.
But It's not.
It's not. No.
And I think Vince knows that going in. And I think what he's trying to do is capitalize on everything that's going on in the NFL with the Saints-Rams game, with that call, last year's season with the Steelers-Patriots. And I think he's going to try hard to push it, be like, because he even said in the press conference, like, we want to make this the game that you guys want. And I think that's going to stick out to a lot of fans, and it's going to bring a lot more viewers because, well, like you said, you might see an RKO.
So the XFL is still a year and a half away. Not the end of this football season, but the next football season. So it's still a ways away. However, with no more AAF, it makes us all sad. Because that means it means no more Johnny.
No more Johnny.
No more Johnny talk.
Until the XFL.
Until something else.
Maybe.
You know? He's moved on from 3 football leagues now.
So I saw
a
this
semi-pro team like having tryouts down the street.
Yeah. I read this quote. It said, Johnny has lost 2 jobs and his wife in 2 months. His life is a country song. So Johnny's going through a rough time. I mean, no wife. I don't know the story. I need to look that up. I need to see what happened with him and his wife. I'm curious.
She cheated in that race, man.
Yeah, you never know. So yeah, no AF, no Johnny. He played their last game. He was 2 of 3, 13 yards, 18 rushing yards. So
yeah, hurt their
either
last
way,
game.
he didn't
the
get hurt.
Second game he played.
I heard something about that.
He had some sort of head injury.
Yeah,
I think
it was after he threw a pick or something.
Yeah, maybe knocked some sense into him.
I love Johnny, but I think that's it for him. I think he just needs to give it up.
I think he'll be back in the XFL. He needs to go hardcore, train, and be ready for the XFL.
He either needs to do that, or he needs to really have some self-awareness and realize that he is not that good at football, and he should probably try and do something else.
Right.
I love the guy. He's great entertainment, but he is not a good quarterback.
Yeah,
he'll always be a Heisman Trophy winner, though.
Yeah.
He's always got that.
First freshman.
Let's transition to baseball. Let's talk about our beloved Cincinnati Reds.
If you want to talk about opening day, let's. All the other games, let's not.
So since opening day, 0-4.
0-4.
They've lost, obviously, 4 straight. They've lost 3 straight by 1 run. And they've lost 2 of the 4 2 shutouts. So offensively,
hit the ball, dude.
Offensively struggling, ridiculous.
Bad.
Pitching's not been terrible, especially Castillo. He's dealing, dude.
It's the hitting, man.
He pitched.
To get the bats going.
Pitched yesterday. Well, 2 days ago, against Pittsburgh, 1-0. Lost 1-0. So I mean, there's been a lot of questions around Bell's managing decisions. A lot of weird decisions, pulling pitchers, putting different pitchers in.
Speaking of that, I have a question real quick. I was watching the game the other day, and the Brewers put a pitcher in, and after 1 at-bat, put a different pitcher in.
Yeah.
Why do they do that?
It's the strategy, man. Matchups. Lefty versus righty, righty versus righty, lefty versus lefty. It's all about matchups and statistics and analytics and stuff like that nowadays. If you look at the stats, though, I'm just going to run through these stats real quick. Scott Schebler, 0 for 17.
Bad.
Jesse Winker, 0 for 13. Yasiel Puig, 3 for 16. Matt Kemp, 1 for 12. Come on. Hit the freaking ball.
Scott Schebler, nowhere to be found.
0 for 17.
Oh, did Jerry say that?
Yeah, Scott Schebler, 0 for 17.
When you're going over that, I just realized that video.
Joey Votto's batting .222. Not a hot start for him. Tucker Barnhart leads the way at 308. That's a little surprising that Tucker Barnhart's leading the way, but I love it. And then my man Suarez, he's 235. So we need Scooter Gennett. Mm-hmm. We need Scooter Gennett. Peraza's not been bad. Scooter's replacement, Jose Iglesias, not terrible, but he's not Scooter Gennett. Just overall, the Reds, they got to get it going offensively. They're sitting at 1-4. I think they need to go 5-2 in their next 6 games. That'll put them at 6-6. I believe that math is right. They got their next 3 games at Pittsburgh, who's 1-3, and then Miami, who is 2-5. That's their next 6 games. Very winnable ball games. Right. Trevor Malley makes his first start tonight. He ended the season very strong last year. So I think the Reds, they just got to hang around 500, and then that hot streak is going to come. It's going to come. The bats are going to get going. Pitching's not bad at all this first 5 games.
I'm not too worried because we're, 5 games in?
Yeah, we still have
it's literally been a week
177 to
since
play.
opening day. So I'm not too worried about it. Me and Jordan almost got to see a game last
You guys
Saturday.
did go to that rain out on
Yeah.
Saturday.
We get there, we get into the stadium, we're walking around for a little bit. They're on a rain delay. We go up, we get a hot dog and a beer. We get to our seats.
$27
Literally, as soon as, yep, something like that. As soon as we sit down, I take one bite, take a sip of my beer. Attention, Reds fans, the game has been canceled. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
That was a
You should
lot
have
of
known
work.
before you went to the game. Looking at the weather, man, it was 100%
did.
rain
We
all
knew.
day.
We were just very hopeful.
The person that we went with, he wanted to go Saturday, and I told him, no, let's go Sunday because of the weather. And he goes, okay. And then he texts me back like 3 hours later and goes, oh, I bought tickets for Saturday.
You want to hear a really crazy stat? So the first game of the Reds, opening day, 44,000 people in attendance, largest regular season crowd ever at
Day
Great
two,
American.
probably like 14.
So the third game, I believe it was Monday night against the Brewers, the smallest crowd, 7,000 ever. That's crazy.
That's hilarious.
It was cold.
It's funny, you watch on
was
TV. Yeah, it was cold. That's true. You watch on TV and it literally looks like there's like nobody there.
It's
There's
crazy.
like a handful of people.
You can literally get tickets for dollars.
They should, at that point, they should just let you walk in to make it look like
know.
there's people there.
Because, I mean, you're going to spend money when you get in the game. You're going to get some
Yeah.
nachos. You're going to get a beer.
You're gonna spend
$9 for a
You
beer.
spend more on one beer than you do on tickets.
Yes. You can sit front row in the outfield for like $12.
Nice.
You can buy bleacher tickets for $6.
And then move.
Give me one moment here.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to go check some tickets here.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. They're in Pittsburgh the next 3 games, and then they come back to play 3 against the Marlins.
But the bright side of that game getting rained out, we now get a doubleheader on Memorial Monday.
That is nice. You get tickets to both games?
Yep.
Both games.
That makes up for it, I guess.
Yep. We better win at least one of those games, or I'm not going to sit through both of them.
So here you go, Jordan. Their next game's April 9th. Their next home game's April 9th against the Marlins, $10. The next day, Wednesday, another night game, $8.
I'm
Next
going to go to the game on May 3rd. It's the first Friday night game.
That's
First
with your
firework.
fees, too.
That's what I was looking at.
That'd be fun.
Firework Fridays
Firework
are
Friday.
solid,
Those-
man.
Even if the game's bad, you get to see fireworks. They're damn good fireworks.
They're really good fireworks. Music and lights. It's really good.
I wish they'd let you just walk out on the field and just watch them.
Yeah.
That'd
And
be
then they
like
started
that.
doing concerts and stuff like that. They had Jake Owen last
They
year.
had Zach Brown Bay there.
That wasn't after a game, though. I'm talking
not
like
after a game.
post-game concert. They had
Oh,
Jake
really?
Owen.
I didn't know that.
Speaking of Jake Owen, do you guys hear what Jake Owen did?
Nope.
So you know who Jake Owen is.
Yep.
So he's a country singer. I think he's really good. Dad hates him. He's a different kind of country.
Some
I
good,
can
some
see-
not.
It's
why.
new country, new day country. So he, you guys know who Phil Mickelson is. You know who Jordan Spieth is.
Golfer.
Okay. So do you remember the match? Phil Mickelson, Tiger Woods, big match. Paid $30 to watch it or whatever. You know,
Winner got like 10 million.
winner got $9 million.
9 million, my bad.
So the next day after the match was Jordan Spieth's wedding. And Jake Owen was there. They're good friends. Phil Mickelson was there, fellow golfers. So they're all there. Day after the match with Tiger, Jake Owen had a couple drinks in him, goes over to Phil Mickelson and tells him, "Hey man, you owe me $29.99. That was some shitty golf yesterday." He said, "I want my money back. That was terrible. You guys
being
couldn't-
serious?
Dead serious. The dead serious. Said that was terrible golf. You guys couldn't even make 3 birdies between 2 of you in 18 holes." So Jake Owen says that to Phil Mickelson. You know what Phil Mickelson did? Took out a wallet, had a stack of hundreds, gave him a $100 bill, said, "Yeah, I won 90 of those, 90 or 9,000 of those yesterday, whatever the ratio is to
Yeah.
9 million." And Jake Owen was like, "Ah, shit."
Yeah.
He said, "I want my $29.99 back."
He's like, here you go.
Yeah.
I made war the other day.
That's hilarious. Speaking of funny people,
So much money.
so Pat McAfee, we talked about the poker room. They're going to get their poker room. We already had the poker room. They didn't respond to us.
Obviously.
Just hoping for a like or a retweet or something, Pat. Come on, man. We love your show. We listen every single day.
Give some damn exposure, Pat.
We talk about you guys every day. We listen every single day. Heartland Radio 2.0, Pat McAfee Show 2.0. We love the show. It's hilarious. We literally wish our life was yours. Am I wrong to say that?
Freaking Heartland Radio on Fridays is probably like one of my best days.
It's the best way to enter the weekend.
Exactly.
Besides Cavemen.
Cavemen Media Friday every day.
Exactly.
I mean,
every Friday, right here on
if you're listening to Heartland over Cavemen Media, I don't know what you're doing with your life.
Just the worst human
What is
ever.
wrong with you? Speaking of Pat, though, I got this article sent to me from my dad. I already read it to you, Jordan. This might be breaking news to you.
Probably not.
Pat McAfee has an itch to kick, and the Browns could scratch it.
It's a very odd headline.
What do you think about that?
I think there's no way.
The Browns need a kicker, and Pat McAfee can kick the shit out of the ball.
He can't.
Am I wrong?
But he'd probably make less money to kick the shit out of the ball.
Yes.
He's
If
already
you
making
also
a lot
listen
of
to
money
his show,
to kick the shit out of the ball in a Meyer parking lot.
I know the reality of it. He makes a lot more money outside of football,
Yes.
I'm sure. He probably has a lot more fun outside of football, I'm sure. His podcast, WrestleMania, coming up. He's huge with the WWE. Mm-hmm. He's huge in many ways, Twitter, Instagram. He is the
Physically.
brand. He's his brand, you know?
Yep.
So, honestly, it's not a reality. He's not going to kick for the Browns. But could you imagine Pat McAfee in the locker room, OBJ, Baker Mayfield, Jarvis Landry, and then if they're winning ball games, could you imagine that locker room?
You know what I would like to see, and I think that if the Browns were up for it, that Pat would be up for it. A 1-day contract.
Just on Sundays.
Just one Sunday. No,
every Sunday.
No, one Sunday. They sign him. He comes in. He kicks the ball. He takes some pictures with OBJ and all them, Baker. He gets a lot more followers out of it. The Browns win a game maybe. And yeah, it sounds like a win-win for the organization and Pat.
Pat to the Browns. Hashtag Pat to the Browns. We'll get that twinning on
We'll get that trending on.
Trending on Twitter. Sorry, I'm still new to Twitter, guys. We're gonna get that
You're
trending.
new to talking too, or
Pat to the Browns.
The fact of all this to happen is slim to none. Like,
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Like a 1 in a million. He's done with football.
Hopefully he's
he
doing
was a
Monday Night
punter.
Football.
He wasn't even a kicker.
if they still sell fat heads for Pat. I wonder if
Did they
they
even
never
make one to
made
begin
them.
with?
I don't know.
I want to look
I
at
would
that.
buy one now.
I'd buy a jersey.
I'd
I
buy
know
a
they do
jersey.
jerseys.
I'd buy a jersey.
That'd be sweet.
Hell yeah.
So that's gonna wrap it up for us, guys.
Yep.
We're gonna play you a nice interview we recorded with our man Ellis Igo.
Yep.
Deep conversation. We talked life. We talked sports. You got one more thing, Jordan?
Don't mean to interrupt, but I literally typed in fathead.com and I
He's
literally...
the first one on the homepage.
No, it comes
No.
up, heads up, are you the age of 21?
He made a typo.
Oh, that means you can get some.
Yeah.
Are you the age of 21?
He made a typo. I would
Wait, what'd you
click
type
something
in?
else. I don't know.
What website are you on?
Fatheads.com, that's what I typed.
Yeah.
No, I gotta look it up. Anyway, we're gonna get into our interview with Ellis.
Anyways, we're gonna play you guys our interview with Ellis. It's killer. He's the man. He's hilarious. He's super talented. He's a great guy. Great friend of the show. Great friend in real life. Known him forever. Enjoy the interview. Before we let you go, though, we got to talk about Trevi. You heard him on the intro. You're gonna hear him on the outro. This Saturday, Yellow Springs, the Spirited Goat, 7 to 9. We'll be there. Support Trevi's gonna be up on stage playing live music, killing it with the guitar, killing it with his vocals. Can't wait. Come out, support Trevi at the Spirited Goat this Saturday in Yellow Springs. It's gonna be a great time. Drinks, maybe. I don't know. Spirited Goat.
I don't know. It's a coffee house, so.
Yeah,
probably not.
They'll probably have great coffee.
We'll be outside with a case of beers.
For the windows, let's go, Trevi!
Yeah, we'll be there to support Trevi. I can't wait. Can't wait to hear him sing. Can't wait to hear him perform live.
Yep.
It's going to be a great time Saturday night. Looking forward to it. Enjoy the interview. All right, guys. We want to welcome in our second guest ever here in the Poker Room on the Cavemen Media podcast. He's a great friend. He's been a friend of mine for a very long time. He is a TV star. He's a music star. I think he could be a comedian. He's hilarious. We go all the way back to Pee Wee football.
Yeah.
We played rec basketball against each other. You guys may know him as the E-Man, but I know him as Ellis Igo. Ellis, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How are you guys?
Great. We're glad to have you here.
It's an honor, man. I appreciate it.
So this is our second guest in the poker room.
Ever. Second guest ever.
Ellis, what you been up to, man?
Living, dude. Just living, learning, experiencing life, man.
Yeah.
For real. It's fast paced once you get out of school.
We graduated high school 6 years ago.
6 years ago. Man.
6
out
years
here.
ago. I thought it was crazy that 2016, which is when I graduated, is now 3 years ago.
Right.
Yeah. It's been a year since we had our 5-year reunion.
Yeah, it's been a while.
You guys had a reunion.
We're 2 more years away.
Yeah. That's crazy.
rough. That's wild.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, man. What have you been up to?
Nothing. Just using my Bengay, brushing my teeth so I don't lose my teeth. So I'm getting old, man. I'm just feeling old, man. But nah, I'm just literally working. Like, I work at a all-boys group home here in Dayton. I'm enjoying it. Like, it's
awesome.
my opportunity to give back and, like, make an impact because I wanted to be a cop, but kind of got hurt down the road in the process. But it was Simon and God's plan, and he told me this is what I want you to do. So taking that and I'm running with that. And I work at a clothing store when I'm not at the group home with the boys to clear my head and just like interact with people because I love meeting new people and just like interacting and having fun. So like,
so you're helping young kids get on the right track.
Yeah, I'm just preparing the future, man, for real. Just taking
awesome.
care of mine and just enjoying life, man.
That's awesome. So you've had a pretty crazy life. You've been on TV. You do some rapping. You got some music.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think you're a hilarious guy.
I appreciate that.
But you've had some tough times too.
Huh?
You've had some tough times too.
Tough times, man. We all have like them obstacles we got to overcome. But like I said, it's God, man. Like I'm blessed to be here, and I'm just enjoying it. Like my sickle cell, I have that. If people don't know,
Yeah, tell us like the details about it.
Sickle cell is like a blood disorder. It's like a genetic thing. It was originally created back in Africa years ago for malaria, so mosquitoes that bite people. It was created to keep them from getting malaria since they're gonna be out there with them bugs that carry that. And genetically, like I said, it just got passed down to me. I'm one of the only ones. My sister has it, but we're the only 2 out of our siblings that have it. But other than that, like I said, I had like some times where it would just kick in and it suffered, but I've never really had a major one like I did in like 5th grade and once I think in middle school.
I remember some times back in the day going to visit you in the hospital.
Yeah, man, like it wasn't fun, but like I kept my head steady and it was like what I got to do is just take care of me. Nobody else is gonna take care of me. I have to take care of me because nobody really knows about this or knows how to deal with it. So that's my job to take care of me so that I can inform everybody else on how to take care of it.
How old were you when you found out you had that?
I had it since a baby, but I didn't really start experiencing anything until like the age of 4. And then the age of 4, literally, just, I don't know, one day it just happened. And I was like, dude, I don't know what the hell this is. I don't know how to deal with this.
Right.
But literally, like, being informed by my staff, my doctors since I was little, I'm still super close with them. Like, they know me since I was little all the way up to now. Literally, I was just taking their instructions and what they were saying, and I just adapted. And then I took my own traits and things that I could do. And I literally just ran with it because I was told I couldn't do a lot of things because of having it.
Right.
But as you see, I'm doing everything that everybody else is going to do because I tell everybody I'm no different than anybody else. You wouldn't treat nobody with cancer, tell them, no, they can't do anything. You tell them to live their life. Nobody who has asthma, you wouldn't tell them. So literally, I stopped making people tell me no and started making them say yes by showing them I can do anything you can do, even better than you sometimes. But it's like, you got to be level-headed and you got to be humble and you got to take care of yourself. Yeah.
Exactly. Definitely an inspiration. I bet those kids at the group home definitely look up to you.
Appreciate it. Some of them I wish they did a little more. Hopefully we have the drum.
I can imagine. That's probably very
Cussing me
tough.
out.
It takes a different kind of person to do that and to get those kids on the right track. So let's get into the music.
Music.
Where did this all begin?
I started writing in 3rd grade. A lot of y'all know I just freestyled and joked around.
Yep, I remember the freestyle back in the day.
Freestyling, just messing around, literally just to clear my head. Because it started with writing poems. Poems just led to like, hey, if I can write a poem and it just be smooth, then I can do that with music also and just have fun with that. But DJ Jones.
I got DJ written down here. I want to know what's up with DJ.
DJ, he really like pushed it, like, cause in college and stuff, in like high school, you know, I would do it in the lounge and just like mess around in the locker room and stuff.
Right.
But I was like, dude, I ain't gonna really just go put out no music. But DJ and Byron, they really just like kept pushing me. And Ennis, after Ennis dropped that fire mixtape of West Carrollton, like the history of West Carrollton, after he did that, I was like, dude, I gotta start doing that. So then Kyle and all of us just would rap in a freestyle session down in the basement at Ennis's house and wherever we could do it. And then DJ, when I was in college, was like, dude, I want you to come and like rap for me and like literally just like do this freestyle with me. So we did that and put it on SoundCloud, and a couple people liked it and commented it. And he was like, that's cool, y'all should do another one. So one song turned into doing 45 songs and making a mixtape that we put out, and then performing and opening up for Mark Battles.
Really?
I seen you guys performing on the stage and...
You opened for Mark Battles?
Yeah, that was kind of cool though.
That's
so,
incredible.
It was
I assume
cool.
Cody doesn't know who Mark Battles is.
I have no idea who that
but
is.
He's an up-and-coming rapper.
excited,
He's good,
so.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's sweet.
Signed to Quality Control, so with like the Migos, Gucci, and all of them, that's what he signed to. So it's like kind of
that's
cool.
awesome.
So, like,
yeah.
Big deal.
And then we did a show in Columbus, which is kind of cool. At Scully's around Ohio State, so that was
Nice.
kind of awesome doing that and just like getting to meet new artists and having them like our music, and then literally just having people like enjoy what I do. And it was just for the fun of it. Literally, we just did the freestyle to joke around. And then I was like, dude, this is just my way of just like de-stressing. Like, I talked about wanting to do all of this and then never really doing it and then looking up to all these artists. And I was like, dude, ain't nobody gonna want for me what I don't want for myself.
Right.
So I gotta go for it. It's like, there's only one life to live. So
It's just like us doing the podcast. We've talked about it forever. It's something we want to do, and
Right.
here we are.
and I'm loving that.
7 episodes deep.
This is awesome. This is deep. It's awesome. That's cool.
Making
a
the
lot of
dreams
fun.
come true.
So what's next for the music career?
I don't know. Me and my guy Ennis are literally working on something. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have a lot of stuff that you guys will get to hear like this summer, like for real. And then I have a couple of people that I'm interested in working with that I just got to start reaching out to. I have my We, because the We is the name of my group, my crew, and that's anybody. We stands for Welcome on Everybody. It's W.E. And it was just a self-motivating thing. And that's what me and DJ used to say back and forth, because we never knew what to call our music or tell people what we were besides John Jones and Ellis. And it's like, bro, we got to come up with something cool. So then I was just thinking one night, and I was like, dude, what's something that's going to be impactful and beneficial that people would love to chant or say they're a part of? And I was like, it's him and I right now. It's us. So us, we. But what's we going to stand for? So my aunt took a serious question. She was like, what does we stand for? It's got to be something that people will want to remember. That's something unique and you different. And her saying that, I was like, yeah, that means something, because she knows about being impactful and something meaningful and leaving a legacy. So I was like, that's what I want to do. We stands for welcoming everybody. I want everybody a part of this. From if I grew up with you and you support me, then you're a part of we. If you live in Alaska, you hear my stuff riding with the sleighs and the dogs and all that. I want you to hear my stuff and know that we stands for welcoming everybody. And nobody's ever alone, because I had hard times that I dealt with that I never really talked about. And I had an incident that happened, and it was like, I want everybody to be included, because I felt excluded, even though people knew who I was. I felt alone, and it was like a lot of people didn't know that, so I was like, I don't ever want anybody to feel alone, and I don't want anybody to ever think that just because somebody tells you no once means they got to tell you no twice
Absolutely.
or a third time. So
That's awesome. I like that a lot.
I'm glad to see you doing well, man.
Appreciate
I love
that,
it.
man.
I love the music. I look forward to hearing new stuff. We'll get it on the show.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure you heard Trevi on the show.
I love Trevi stuff, and that's one person that will have something fun coming up.
I look forward to that. A little collab with you and Trevi. So that's music. But you're on TV.
Reality show.
The reality
That's
show
the
right
craziest
here, right
thing to do.
here in Dayton.
I do gotta ask, being on a reality show, like, was it kind of like scripted, or were they just like throw you out
Hold
there
on,
and be
before
like,
we get all into that, let's start from the beginning.
Explain the show.
Did you audition for it? Like, how did
It was called The Valley.
The Valley.
All right.
How did it
Yeah.
come about?
Well, I guess everybody knew about it besides me. And it was my sister's birthday years ago, and it was Easter also, so it was a birthday and Easter, and we're there. And then out of nowhere, they're all like, oh, we're about to be on TV, getting all hype. And I'm like, what TV show? And I was like, there's a show called The Valley. They did a first season, and then my mom pulled me aside, and she was like, I don't really care what they say. They're not going to get on it. But if you audition for it, then I believe you can do it, because you got a story that everybody should hear, and you're just you, and people would love that. I was like, I'm not going to no damn TV show. I said, I'll make my own TV show. So I literally contemplated with it, and I talked to mine. She was like, you always speak big, but you act small. I said, I don't know what that means. She was like, you talk a big game, but you never back it up. So if you really say you want to do it, then go do it. So then I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. And then my roommate in college, he was like, bro, I really think you should do it, like for real. So he printed off all the application papers behind my back and was like, dude, you're going to sign these. And you're going to fill this out right now and we're going to go. So I'm not going tonight. He said, yes, you are. There's 4 of us, 1 of you. You're going to go. So I'm not going. So we went there. We didn't even have all the stuff. So we went into the photo booth and literally had to make extra photos because we needed extra photos. So we're in there just like cheesing it up, just joking around. So I'm like, man, I ain't going to accept this bullshit. This is fake. So like, it's huge line. It's a whole bunch of people there. It took 7.5 hours for all the interview to be done. And like, you get a golden ticket, so I feel like I was on American Idol and shit. I was like, yay, I got a golden ticket. Like, where's Willy Wonka? Do I get the chocolate factory? So I was like super excited. And I was like, nah, there ain't no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow because I got sent home. So that was the crazy thing. That's what a lot of people don't know. I got sent home. I made it like past the first couple of rounds. And got sent home, and like during exam week, I'm taking my exams and my phone keeps ringing. I'm like, bro, I'm about to get kicked out at my exam and shit. They gonna think I'm cheating. So I'm like, no, I'm not cheating. So I'm like declining it and it just keeps ringing. And then I get a voice and they'll like call me back, Steve from the show. And I'm like, why is he calling me? So I'll call him back and he's like, your name just keeps getting brought up over and over again around our facility. Wow. We know we sent you home. But there's people that just keep saying that they like you. And we're going down to like the final 16 in the cuts. And he was like, would you be available to come in today or tomorrow to do a background check? And we have a couple more questions for you. Speaking of that, Ennis is calling Mr. Weedman. But yeah, so they were like, could you come in? And I was like, yeah, I guess. But I was like, didn't y'all send me home? And he was like, yeah, but we want to ask you a couple questions because we watched your video and it looked like you were dodging questions. Do you want to answer some? So I don't care. So met him there, go back there, and then it's like shock to the people that are actually in the finals. They're like, what are you doing here? Didn't you get sent home? Like, yeah,
hey, whoa.
I'm back.
Don't attack me.
That makes for a great drama on the first episode.
Right. And I didn't know that. So like I go back there and they was like, yeah, so we have a couple questions. And I was like, they was like, just tell us what you didn't fill in. So y'all really want to know my life. And they was like, yeah. So I was like, all right. Once upon a time, started off just like that, started rambling, and then I said, okay, the end. Literally just like that, and like their faces just lit up. And then I was like, so is there any more? And he was like, no, we'll stay in contact. So the very next day I get a call and he was like, we want you in the final 6. You made the show. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So he was like, I need you to do this and do that and go fill out these fun facts and then send me a selfie of you so that we can use it for the announcement on the radio and the TV commercials tomorrow. I was like, radio and TV commercials. Said, man. So took the ugliest pic out of the whole entire squad. Like, the ugliest pic. I was like, damn, dude, that is bad. Like, it looked like, I was like, I had my gums up here. And I was like, damn, this is like a bad mugshot. Like, I was like, this is bad. And they used that. And I was like, damn, my lazy eye came out. They couldn't, like, have me, like, somebody snap it for me. No, they wanted a pure selfie to see pure excitement. And I was like, this is pure fake. So, like, so I did all of that, and I was like, all right, cool. So, but yeah, it was. So
now you're on the show with these people that thought you got cut.
Yeah. So like that was the crazy thing, and the crazy thing about that also is the 6 of us that made it were the 6 of us that were in the same line, right one behind each other. None of us knew that was gonna happen, so we all started laughing when we did get on the show because it was like, dude, I went after you.
So when you got on the show, were you like excluded from doing anything else but the show?
Yeah, we couldn't do anything else. We couldn't work-wise. Like, we could have little side jobs, but we technically worked because we were on the contract for 3.5 months when we shot the whole entire show. But they paid us, so it was cool because I got paid literally to do dumb shit. And it was like free money, and everything is paid for. Wow. So I'm like, damn, this is the life of a celebrity, but it sucked. Because you shoot so much and it's so hot, your body gets exhausted. So I had to go to the hospital to get fluids a lot, and a couple of other cast members had to go. We had to get fluids because our bodies were just getting dehydrated and we were just exhausted. Oh, but it was like it was super cool. And it's still weird because it's like people became so obsessed with me that I didn't know anything about that would literally come up to me. And I thought it was kind of cool because I was like, my friends and everybody, like you guys, when I would come back home, like Shelton and all of them, bro, we don't want you acting like you're cool and all of that. And I was like, dude, I don't want to go in here and be like, hey, I can do this. I don't want nobody coming up to me. I love people, but it's
what kind of like feedback, what kind of like fame, quote unquote fame, did you get from being on the show? Because I know it's a local show, but there's still a lot of people in the area that saw the show.
My mentor is AJ Hawk. For those who know AJ Hawk, he's a Super Bowl champion from Centerville.
Nice guy.
A Buckeye, go Bucks, by the way. IO, there we go. But he's a Super Bowl champion with the Packers, played for the Bengals and all of that. I got the pleasure of getting invited to his house to be one of his captains for his Hawks for Locks charity. It's where he donates for people that have cancer, kids. He grows his hair out, people grow, and they donate. So I got to actually do that, but it opened like the door for me meeting the chief of police. So that's what motivated me to get through the rest of college when I was feeling low. And my mentor, I met him through the same thing. And it was like, I got to meet a couple of people that had their hands on in like the music and the clothing. And it was like, dude, this is kind of cool. But also, I literally can do whatever I want to now around college and get away with it because my teachers are like, hey, weren't you on? Well, my daughter's a fan, so I'm like signing stuff at school.
You signing autographs?
Yeah, it's like weird. So like, the craziest thing though is this woman who became obsessed with me. She's a vlogger. Listen, like she's vlogging and she's like every time an episode would air, she would update her vlogs and she's like, this episode my man wasn't on there, so I didn't enjoy it. So I would read the feedback and they would like the next week we would go shoot and everybody just like joking, hey, did you see what she said about you this week? I'm like, so the cool thing I did for her, and out of respects, because I never wanted to meet her, I was scared. Like, I wasn't scared, I was just flattered and shy, I was nervous.
You don't know, man.
I was scared, so I'm like, dude, this lady is grown.
They do say never meet your hero, so.
Oh, yeah, I know, because, like, I was scared, though, kind of, but, like, they set it up for me to, like, meet her. So, like, I took off her shirt, and I signed it, and they sent it to her, and, like, she blogged about that, and, like, got excited about that. And then, like, they sent her, like, a lot of the Valley stuff. And she would go where my face was or this. And she was like, I'm so in love with him, da-da-da-da-da. Like, this is awesome. Like, he's so impactful. He's not trying to be like everybody else. He's just him. And I was like, that's what I wanted to be, just me. And I respect that. And then the touchingest moment that I had, it was when a little girl, when I went into dinner. I went to go have dinner with the guys and the fam back home. And this little girl, was her birthday. She turned 11. Her mom came up and tapped me because she was too shy or too scared to do so. And, like, it kind of touched me because I'm like, dude, I'm just a regular person. Like, What are you nervous about? Like,
she recognized you from the show.
Because I had my hat on, and her mom was like, she's, like, freaking out over there. Like, she recognized you. And she was like, you're her favorite, cast member. And I was like, I appreciate that. So I was like, I heard it's your birthday. So I was like, can I meet her? And she was like, yeah. So I introduced myself, and, like, I shake her hand, her face just goes completely red, and she's, like, grinning, but she, like, scared, so it's like she doesn't know what to do. So I was like, I don't want to stand up, because I might tower over and make it a little more weird. So I was like, I'll sit down. I was like, so do you want to stand up and I'll stay sitting so you can be the one in charge? And, like, that kind of, like, lightened the mood. So I reintroduced myself, and her mom was like, oh, trust me, honey, she knows who you are. I was like, that's kind of cool, but, like... So yeah, like a lot of people, like, and I went down to OU, I thought that was crazy too, for Halloween one time. And I was just being Ellis from the Valley, because I don't really do the dressing up, because it's like, I look like a clown every day. So it's like, I don't need no costume to show everybody that I'm scary, rah. But like, so I'm down there, and then people was like, who are you? And like, I guess somebody recognized it. And they was like, I was like, I'm Ellis from the Valley. That's my Halloween costume. He was like, no way, dude. He was like, I know that show. He said, you're not on there. And I was like, yeah, I'm really on there. And he was like, oh, dude, have a beer with us. Like, oh, that's cool. I was like, oh, that's
he's like the low-key super fan of the show.
Yeah, and he was like fangirl. And I'm like, oh, man, I better not get no bras underwear tossed to me right now. I can't handle all that right now.
So the people that were on the show, do you still have, like, a relationship with them?
Yeah, a couple of them I do hit up still. And we talk from now, but... It's been 4 years, which is crazy.
Wow.
4 years.
4 years, yeah.
Since,
it was early when I lived out in Vegas.
Mm-hmm. So it was like 4 years since then, but it only just kept me motivated and driven. And a lot of them are living fantastic life. They're all great people, and I still love them all dearly. Like, it was super cool to just meet people that you didn't know that lived around you every day that just like you. that are just trying to have fun, like. Right. And everybody used to clown on the show, like I would never do that. But then I tell them I made $10,000 doing nothing, and they'd be like, "Oh, sign me up!" And I was like, "Remember, I was the one getting laughed at because I could walk into places and get free donuts, or I could walk into Chick-fil-A and people recognize me and have me sign Chick-fil-A cups." And I'd see my face in posters. Now that was kind of cool, the billboards and stuff. Like, I would recognize.
That's
like
crazy.
people
Driving
would
down the highway.
recognize
Yeah, I know
me.
that guy.
And like, I was there and we were taking selfies with our pictures at the different malls and stuff. And a woman and her daughter just kept looking up. And I'm sitting at the table just talking to some friends. And she's like, "Excuse me, sir. Is that you right there?" I said, "Nah, but we kind of look familiar though." I said, "That might as well be me." And she started laughing. I was like, "Nah, that's me." And like, she got excited about that. And I was like, that's what I took from the show and just enjoyed. Just being who I was and just like watching everybody get a smile and grin from getting to know somebody that just lives locally that told his story. And it's like my story's not done being told. So that's why we got started. Because I got so much that I want to do with that branding wise that I just want to incorporate everybody because we all just a big happy family, man. And I tell people that I come from one of the greatest cities. May not be known to everybody, but I love telling everybody I come from West Carrollton.
Home is home, man.
Yeah, man, it's literally a blessing, man. So like when I go places, I rep and say I'm from West Carrollton or Dayton because it's all the same thing. But I love being where I'm from. It's cool.
It's awesome.
I'm gonna got to meet you guys.
Yeah, man, we've been friends since like second, third
I know.
grade.
Sleepovers all the time.
Your house right down the street from where I live now.
I know.
We had football practice right down the street.
I know. We used to just go to Franklin all the time and have some fun out there and all of that stuff.
Stay the night at my dad's. Crazy,
awesome,
man.
So let me ask, what of the things you guys recorded for the show, what was like the craziest, like just maybe not crazy, either craziest or just kind of like wildest, just like I don't know, just something that's filmed.
The boat that we got to do. We went to where's the lake at in Kentucky? Like
Cumberland.
Yeah, that one. We went to Lake Cumberland, and like it was crazy. But Puddin' Bay was super dope too, because a lot of us were underage, and on Puddin' Bay, it's a lot of drinking. Cause it's just so like a lot of that was super fun. But like the craziest had to be like the boat thing, or me burning my mouth, swallowing fire. Don't ever try to swallow fire. I don't care. It's not fun. It hurts.
So you went on trips outside of Dayton.
Yeah, we went on. Yeah, they paid for everything. And like when we did stuff locally or stuff around different areas, like we would get free memberships and stuff, and like people would come up and take pictures. Like it was super cool going on the riverboat down in Cincinnati because the Reds were playing. So we're cruising on the boat, having really nice dinner, watching fireworks go off, and then the game is right there to us also, so we could literally see into the field and watch the game as we're meeting people and just enjoying each other's time and all of that. So like the coolest thing, like the craziest thing, like I said, would have had to have been the boat. The boat broke. And all the dudes ended up with poison ivy. The shit was crazy, man. Dude. I'm itching like I got fleas and stuff. Like we're getting told we got to take warm baths and use this because it was getting bad, dude. And I was like, I thought it was poison ivy proof, but nah, man, I wasn't. Man. I wasn't.
So let me ask you this: you did the TV, you're doing the music, you're helping the kids. What's next for Ellis Igo?
Clean. I don't know. I just really want to just put a smile on mom's face and thank her. So that's what I'm working towards, to get that.
I know she's a huge part of your life.
That's my superhero. Like, and for a lot of you that don't know, she has breast cancer, and she was diagnosed my sophomore year of college, high school. So yeah, I was still young.
I remember.
Yeah, it was like tough dealing with that, and like it's just scary because it was like hard to believe because I was like, man, here's my superwoman, like my superhero. Here's the person that I look up to. It's like, it kind of sucked because it was like, damn, man. If I could take all of the pain that she's about to go through now, even though I have what I'm going through, I would double it just for her, to see her happy, because she gave her life for me, dude. And like, in return, it just killed me because it was like, this is my motivation to say, hey, I owe you everything, and even though you found your kryptonite, I'm gonna pull it away because I want to put that smile back on your face, and I want to see that S back on your chest. So like, that's literally like my drive right now. My focus is to be a God-fearing man like she raised me to be, and to be the person that she tells me I can be every day, even when I don't believe in myself and I want to give up. she keeps me driven, and she's like, you are this person because I know you can be that person. I raised you to be that person, and God put you on this earth to be that person. So her words just keep me fueled, like, for real.
Absolutely. It's amazing.
So
She'll keep fighting. You fight for her. Pray for her.
appreciate that.
Fight
Appreciate
on.
that.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. Paving the way for those kids.
Working
hard, doing your music. Maybe see you on TV again.
You'll see me. You'll see me. I'm about to change the world. I'm
do
speaking
gotta-
at the high school here soon. So if you guys are
You're speaking at
free,
the high school?
I'll be speaking at West Carrollton. I'm starting to speak at a lot more
I saw
high
you
schools
went there
now.
a few days ago.
Yeah, so I'm getting back and involved with that because it's like us growing up, we never had that person from our city come back and be like, hey, these are the things you can do. Even though you get knocked down, hey, get yourself back up. Get yourself back up. And like I told you, when somebody tells you no once, so many got to tell you twice or three times.
Those are just steps in life to get you where you want to be.
Yes.
To get to where you need to be.
And like I tell everybody, you got to have soul and heart, like my tattoos say. Soul, you got to survive and outlive everything thrown at you. Heart, you got to be humble, empowering, ambitious, relentless, and tough. Those are the things that'll keep you driven and keep you focused on the things that you want to do. Like I said, and me getting to do that now, speaking at the high school and getting to speak at these other schools, it's like, this is the stuff that people need to hear. I'm just like you, but I'm taking the opportunities that I'm given, and even with those closed doors being closed, I'm finding a window to sneak through, or I'm finding a back door, or I'm finding somebody else, and it's like letting people know, you got to be your own gas. You can't ask somebody else to borrow their success or do all of that. If you're driven enough, you're going to keep grinding and keep pushing to get to where you want to get to, so.
Absolutely.
Right.
But I'll let you guys know when I speak there, because I would love for you guys to actually get to come out and
yeah,
see and
definitely, for
speak
sure.
yourself. I would love to have you guys on deck, letting them know, because you guys are wonderful people, and I got a couple of people that I know that do some fantastic things in life that I'm going to bring along to come speak as well. So I'm excited
That's
about
awesome.
that. So
I look forward to that. I look forward to all the new things you're going to do. Before we let you go, though,
yeah,
I got to get your thoughts on the Buckeyes next year.
my boy Justin Fields got me excited right
Let's
now.
go.
My boy Justin and my boy J.K.
I was
Dobbins.
going to ask you about Justin Fields and Ryan Day.
Oh, Ryan. I've actually got to meet them. I was at a game and Urban and all of them were practicing, and me and my being who we are kind of get like some benefits that we're never supposed to get. So the players are warming up pre-game and all of that, and me knowing who I know, player-wise and people-wise, we were just down there talking to him, and it's like it was super cool getting to interact and like meet some of those people. So, but Ryan is about to be a great coach. Like, he was a great quarterback, and he got to learn from one of the best coaches to ever coach.
Absolutely, for sure.
Justin, I'm excited that boy chose the right school, because I used to watch QB1.
Yeah, me
And
too.
oh, man, and he used to.
He is talented,
super
man.
talented.
Talented.
And he's coming to the best college ever, the best damn
I
band in
think
land.
I agree
I
with
think
that.
he fits perfect in Ryan Day's game plan.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. And the fact that my boy Chase Young and my boy Rob Landers, oh man, they about to have some fun this year, and I'm excited to go to some games and to be a part of that and witness us winning a second natty when everybody thinks we're the
But
underdogs.
that was my next question. What's your expectations for the team at the end of the season?
Oh, we're winning it all, because we're the slum dogs this year. We're the underdogs. We're the
I love
ones
it.
that.
We talked about it on one of our shows before. Not even ranked in the ESPN
that's
preseason
ridiculous.
top
Yeah.
10.
And I love that, because that's the juice that we
Absolutely.
need. That's the juice that anybody needs. Hey, you count me out, I'm about to show you. I'm about to swing like Mike and Muhammad, and I'm winning this. So
I love it.
we're taking that. We're taking that.
You said it before the show. Diehard Eagles fan.
Oh, diehard Spurs, Red Sox. Shout out to all those people that rep the right teams. All them other teams, nah. But yeah.
So your Eagles next year.
Oh, we're winning the bowl, baby.
Carson Wentz coming back healthy.
And we got my boy
New
Deshaun
addition-
Jackson back.
New
Guys.
additions to
Yeah,
the
that's
team.
wild.
Old additions, however you want
Yeah.
to call it. But yeah, Deshaun Jackson back in Philly. Browns Philly Super Bowl?
No.
I can see that. No, I can actually kind of see that for real, like legit. I can kind of, dude. The Browns
That would
team is literally the damn
They're still the
golden.
Browns. They're
They got
still
one of the stackedest freaking rosters in the NFL.
We talk a lot about AFC on here. We never actually talk. We talk Bengals, we talk Browns, but we never talk actual Super Bowl potential matchups.
We don't talk the NFC at all.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to.
So I could see, I guarantee a Super Bowl, Baker Mayfield, Carson Wentz, within the next 5 years.
I was about to say.
I'm not saying next year. No. I'm not saying next year.
Agreed.
Within the next 5 years, 2 young quarterbacks, studs, both of them, Super Bowl.
I will bet on that.
We'll figure out and go to go to that game. If it happens, we're going to the game.
I would bet on that. I would bet those two teams will not be in the same exact Super Bowl in the next 5 years.
I'll put money on that too, dude.
$100.
I only want to bet at a time.
I'm in on this. Double it.
We can do that.
I'm all in. I think.
What if it does happen?
We're going to make it happen, and then you both are just going to be out of pocket.
I think the
dude.
Eagles
doesn't
run
count.
the NFC, and I think the Browns run the AFC
It
for the
doesn't
next
count
5 to 8 years.
if the Eagles go to the Super Bowl
No, I'm saying they play against each other.
against each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Y'all
the
about
Browns
to make
win.
out of pocket.
There's only one thing that I would be excited if both teams went to Super Bowl. Is that just because both their fans are just absolutely nuts?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Browns fans on some wild, crazy shit, dude. I kid you not. Like, I went to the Browns-Eagles preseason, me and my boy Chaviness one year. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, this dude pushed me because I had on an Eagles jersey, and it was a big jersey, and I was like, he like, you in the dog pound, and I was like, yeah, you in the dog pound. But my boy Vic, hey, we all got them hiccups, and he wasn't even at the house the day that, he wasn't even at the house when the dogs were fighting. Like, I hate when people was like, he's a dog. No. He took responsibility for something because he owned up as a man, and that's what I've learned. You gotta own up and be a man in anything. If you're literally a part of it, or like I said, he wasn't even there when it happened, but he took fault because it was at his property on which it happened, and he knew something about it and didn't try to end it. But
I don't hate on Mike Vick.
He did his time.
No.
And he's one of the dopest quarterbacks to play the game.
You can't be mad with Browns fans say he don't belong in the dog
He's
pound.
absolutely my favorite Madden player. That is funny.
That was funny. So the old dude shoulder checked me, and I'm like, man, I will knock the gray off your hair, man. Literally, old dude's like, get out the dog pound, get out the dog.
A lot of Browns fans.
Let's go, Birds.
Old grumpy men, as our old grumpy men, and then you put 0-16 and 1-15 on top of it. It's even more worse, man.
I gotta
More
get
grumpy.
I went up there a few years back for Manziel's debut. Before I even got out of the car, I got like middle fingers up to the window. Like, today's gonna be rough.
You got that in-state hate. I got that. Oh, you live in Ohio, but you root for this team. Like, hey, that ain't like
Red Sox,
That's
Spurs,
the worst.
yeah. And it's like
Eagles.
they dog me, and I'm like, bro, you can dog me all you want to. My team ran rings and stuff now. Your team's still trying to catch up.
Right.
Hey, yo, shout out to my Eagles though. We won the Super Bowl.
And that's what I was gonna say. At least we know you're not a bandwagon because I know you've been an Eagles fan for a long time, and they just won their first.
We won the Super Bowl. Like,
That was wild.
It was crazy. And I was at work. Literally, I'm in the jail cell fighting the boys. Like, hey, my Eagles won. Like, literally fighting them. Like, choke holding dudes because they trying to go to bed. And I'm like, shut up, the game's on. Like, it was crazy. I'm like tripping and stuff. I'm like, damn, I'm about to break my ankle in this a jail room full of dudes. Like, I'm gonna get beat up. Like, but I don't care. Like, and then I go outside. And I can't even celebrate because it's filled with snow every damn where. And I'm like, Ohio. Good old Ohio.
That's
Can't even
Ohio.
celebrate my Birds winning because I'm slipping and sliding and slipping. But we won, baby.
Absolutely.
My Red Sox won too. Shout out to them because they
that was expected.
previous
Good
Red
couple
Sox.
years for you.
And I called that too. I don't know if y'all watched my snap, but I called that final strikeout to win that too. So it was dope getting to see that happen. My Spurs, they'll eventually get back. Hopefully if Pop doesn't leave. But we got my boy DeMar DeRozan, even though Kawhi is my favorite player at heart. He had to go do what he had to do because it's a business. But my boy DeMar is there, and we're going to be doing some stuff. So
For sure. I look forward to next year football season. I look forward to the Buckeyes. I look forward to new stuff from you.
Yeah.
I look forward to your music. Everything else you're going to do in life. I look forward to it. Can't wait to see it. We appreciate you coming here. Joining
you
us
guys
in the
for
poker
having
room, coming on the podcast. We'll keep everybody updated on Ellis and everything he's doing. And that's all we got today. Where can we follow Ellis on social media?
My Snapchat and my Instagram are both the same thing. It's just e.igo. And like I said, I follow back. And you can follow my life story for real. Like, I want everybody to get to see the amazing thing that West Carrollton can do. Like I said, because you guys are my motivation also. To have my city behind me and support me and love me. I want you guys to see me get to the top because I can thank all of you guys when I get there. So, and on Facebook, you can just follow me at my name, like Ellis Igo, and I'll appear. So, yeah, check me out.
We'll definitely keep everybody updated on what you're doing, man. We look forward to it. We appreciate you coming joining us here on the podcast in the poker room. You can follow the show on Cavemen Media. You can follow me at sports.ohio.
You can follow me at Real Connor Gray.
You can follow me at Jordan Lees.
Use the hashtag Cavemen Media. Thanks, guys.
Moonlight was hitting your face. It was dark outside, but you're wide awake. And you threw in a mint just to check your breath. Another drunk cigarette. You're not afraid of death. And I know that you think you're gonna be alright, but you're wrong if you